What up, Dokkanners? Global has a server maintenance announcement. In the hubbub with all of the Part 3 events, I never quite got to mention or acknowledge this little announcement here. This is a global-only server maintenance announcement. This is going to be dropping Wednesday, September 27th, and it's going to be going from 6:30 p.m., which is an hour and a half after reset, until 9:20 p.m. So basically a 3-hour maintenance, not even, about an hour and a half after the day's reset. So in today's video, we are going to be speculating as to what this could mean, because as of right now, we have no clue. So this is all speculation. Nothing is concrete. Take this all with a grain of salt. And also, by the end of this video, I would love to hear from you guys and let me know what your thoughts or theories could be about what this is about. But first, hear what I have to say, because the number one thing that I'm sure a lot of you guys are probably thinking is that this maintenance has to do with the LR Goku Black Rose EZA. And that seems like the safest bet, right? With the Part 3 celebration being what it is, essentially a wrap up to everything that we've been given throughout this 6-week period. We're not done with the 6 weeks, but we're getting there, right? We're currently on week 5. We pretty much are wrapping up everything that we already got. We also got a couple of extra EZAs. Well, not a couple. We got one EZA during Part 3. And the only events that we have left to do, what I guess, is just Chain Battle and the LR Goku Black Rose EZA. And the only reason why we know that is because of the global data download screw up. So, you know, short answer, this could just be for that. Which, to be fair, that's a very logical guess. The reason why I don't think it's going to be that is because if it is simply just an EZA update for the LR Goku Black Rose, all we need is a data download. An announcement for that just seems very suspect for something that is also a very small window. Normally when it comes to these maintenance announcements, whether it's a shop update, because when it is, they will specifically say shop server or shop update, or otherwise, it's usually like 6 hours, 8 hours, because it usually happens around the start of reset, and then it goes on for like 7-8 hours. And I remember this because it usually finishes around 12 or 1 a.m. my time, which is about 7 hours after the daily's reset. So why would this be only 3 hours? Could this be a quality of life update? Normally you could say yes, but I think at the moment, Global and JP are caught up. When it comes to quality of life changes, while JP does get them first, Global very quickly gets them afterwards, because that sort of transcends Dokkan Festival limitations, right? It's not about content, it's about the enjoyment of the product, like enjoyment of the game itself, the UI. And if there are some bugs that they would like to fix, they will do that sooner, just to make things, you know, more enjoyable for global players. I think Global's caught up. Now, I was talking to Proton about this. There is no quality of life update that I believe we need as of yet. I could be wrong. I don't think that there is, though. So I kind of just rule that out, and I don't think it's going to be the EZA thing. Here are my two theories. Number one, it could be pertaining to line, because the line data, the line assets or whatever have been in Global Dokkan since August 17th, 2023. We got this basically before the worldwide download celebration even started, and we saw this. We took exception to this because this is something that JP has been having for a little while now. And I remember I was very annoyed by this, because at the time I was like, how many freaking apps do I need to care about in terms of integrating with Dokkan? Like, we had Facebook first, then game, like if you have iOS, you would have to link up with Game Center. You could use your Apple ID, your Gmail, like all these different things to back up your game. And then you got like the Bandai Namco account ID thing. It's a lot. And I never really liked having to do all that stuff. So adding another one to it was very irritating. But then I learned that this is like the most popular texting app in Japan. And with it, they're basically doing this to incentivize you to use that app, so that, and then they'll give you free stones in exchange, basically. These green lime flavored Gatorade crystals, these turn into Dragon Stones, and Dragon Stones are free. And I believe they're given weekly. JP players, chime in. Let us know how many Dragon Stones you guys get each week or on a regular basis from this whole thing. I think this is a permanent thing. I could be wrong. You know, I'm a global player. I don't know this, but this has been in the data files for a while, which means we're going to be getting it at some point. Maybe that's what this is about. Maybe that's why it's a short enough update where it's not a Dokkan Festival drop. Maybe it's a short enough update that it's not a shop maintenance thing. It's just simply implementing something that has already been ingrained into the data files. Maybe it's a line app. Maybe it's the line app campaign that JP received. Actually, JP got the data download back in June 22nd, and then it was implemented. Oops. Well, spoiler alert. It was implemented on JP on August 8th. So about a month and a half later. That kind of actually lines up with Global, right? Because August 17th, month after that, that is September 17th /half, That would be like next week. Yeah, that actually kind of fits. Now that I say that, I think this very much is going to be line related. But here's another wrinkle. Maybe this line app integration thing could also be happening because as we now venture out of the worldwide download celebration, as we are approaching the final week before the end of the worldwide download celebration, they have to start getting global players and JP players ready for the next chapter, right? What comes up next? Because while there is a full synchro that is happening somewhere down the road where the two versions line up in their operating schedules, there still has to be stuff that happens in the meantime. So what is it that Global's going to be jumping into? What is it that JP is going to be jumping into? If JP is just jumping into another Dokkan festival, that's just par for the course. That's just normal day-to-day operations. They don't need a maintenance for that. That too, one that is 3 hours long. This could be something else. And what I think this could be is it could be a line campaign thing, but also it could be the start of potentially this like road to the synchro, road to the merger, or whatever you want to call it, where they basically have this like parallel campaign that happens alongside whatever celebrations they give us from here on out. And you might have noticed one of the windows that I showed was from Toadski, which is what I wanted to talk about. I don't know if I mentioned this specifically in a video. I did share my thoughts on this on Twitter, but this I think shares some very interesting ideas as far as how the merger or how the full synchro could take place. Because One Piece Treasure Cruise is, I believe, at the same level or 1 year older than Dokkan, and it's also a Bandai Namco gacha game. So this is pretty much the best place you can go to in terms of reference or perspective. This doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen this way, but it's just an idea. So let's hear what he has to say. So for the Dokkan peeps, when One Piece Treasure Cruise merged timelines, it feels so weird to say this. One Piece Treasure Cruise merged timelines, they ended up dropping stuff quick to catch up. Eventually, before New Year's that year, they dropped all leftover characters needed for Global in one massive banner with amazing step-ups. That's very much a possibility. Maybe they don't give us Turles separately. Maybe they give us Turles, Super Saiyan 4, Trunks, everybody all in one crazy banner. Because maybe the upcoming New Year's celebration is going to be, I don't know, actual Beast Gohan, Cell Max or something. I'm just making up stuff here, but that's a possibility. I have been saying that I think that the full synchro will take effect by next year's worldwide download. Maybe that's a little too conservative. Maybe that's a little too gradual. Maybe they just want to pick up the pace. Because one thing's for certain, they will not compromise JP. JP's core audience will not tolerate a slowed down 3-week Dokkan Festival celebration. No, they will not accept that. That is very anti-business if they did that. They are going to keep JP's operating schedule as normal. They got to get Global to catch up. So either they do it slowly or they do it quickly. I feel like the slower one would probably make more sense because they can extract more money out of us. But then again, a bait banner with everything on it, that could be a pretty good opportunity to take stones from people as well. So who knows? So what I'm saying is, while this maintenance is not going to be a very long one, what this could be is maybe like a countdown to the celebration or something celebrating the upcoming synchro. Something like this. So we got this on Global back during New Year's. So this was New Year's 2021, I believe. Back when Super Vegeta was the Dokkan Festival of the New Year. Yeah. January 16, 2021 is when we got the Project Version Z launch celebration campaign. This went on for some time. And then, of course, the Version Z updates have been rolling in ever since. It doesn't happen all the time, but we have been getting updates for it. But this sort of like commemorated the start of a new era of Dokkan, right? And so now, since the two versions are fated to merge schedules, I have to say that. Some people don't like me saying the merger. I just like it. I watch Suits, okay? Here's a little insight for you. One of my favorite TV shows is Suits. They say the merger all the time. I call it the merger because it just makes sense, all right? The two versions aren't becoming one. The schedules are, but just leave me alone, all right? It's the merger. So when we get that merger, maybe they give us some sort of a celebration to commemorate that. Maybe they're going to call this like Project Full Synchro Launch Celebration Campaign. And so for the next like month, which actually low-key kind of fits this, for the next month, they just give us extra stuff, extra stones, extra means for players to catch up. You know, they're currently drained from the holiday season. Uh-oh, I gotta sneeze. Maybe they're drained of all their stones from the holiday celebration, from the worldwide download stuff, and now they want to just get more stones. They can't. So maybe these celebrations might help them gain more stones to be able to summon on these crazy celebrations. That's my theory. I feel like it makes a lot of sense. It gives us answers soon. Why would they announce a full synchro if they're not going to give us details on it anytime soon? That's a pretty good point. So Maybe that's what it is. And that's where I'm going to leave it. And also, I just want to point out one thing. Chain Battle is coming up. So just real quickly, I want to point out that there is a graphic that is out there now by Misaka, which shows there are apparently two setups this time. You would run a bunch of Vegito Blues with some Trunkses and Frieza's on the other side. And then you would also run Trunks on the Super side with the androids on the other side. So this is actually going to be a much more interesting worldwide download Chain Battle celebration. Chain Battle, I guess, week, because this will breed some very, very interesting results. So when we do the Chain Battle video, hopefully by then you guys can prepare with some possible support lines. So take some time to look this over. Basically what you got to do is just go through the list, see if you have these different characters. If you do, mark them or just get them ready for them to be put on your support line. And if you don't have them, just work your way down the list. Like if you don't have the Blues, you go to the Vegito. If you don't have the Vegito, you go to the Trunks Vegito. If you don't have the Trunks Vegito, so on and so forth. Just keep working your way down, all the way down to the D tier. Do whatever you can to fill it out. If you have nothing in this top section, try the Trunks version. So that way, when we do get the Chain Battle video, you guys will be a little bit more prepared. So I will link this in the pinned comment. But in the meantime, what are your thoughts on the upcoming server maintenance? Do you think that it is anything relating to what I mentioned about line, about the upcoming merger? Do you think it could be something in between that? Maybe it's just a simple data download for Goku Black Rose, but they want to make it a maintenance because they have a few other bugs in the game currently that they would like to fix. Who knows? Let me know all of your thoughts. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments your ideas for the upcoming update, what it could be, why could it be, and give me your estimation for the full synchro, the merger thing. When do you anticipate it's going to be ending, or I guess starting? Based on now what I've told you about One Piece Treasure Cruise, does that change your ideas, your thoughts about when this is all going to come to an end and we have a full, lined up version for both Global and JP? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more content of the future and click the notification bell so that you let you know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned and remember to Dokkan responsibly.